back, watch fans. Today we have an amazing watch collection review. This is, of course, part of our famous Brutal Watch Reviews collection series. We haven't done one of these in a while. Today we got a special episode. We are reviewing the collection of Baron Omar. And this is one of our premium members who joined, I think, 4 months ago. And the collection has evolved. I mean, this is really evolving at like light speed. I mean, this guy had listen, he started off like a peasant. He had a Apple iWatch. He had, I don't know, whatever, the usual Buchiachistan watches, even a Daytona, a Rolex Daytona with that ceramic bezel, which is, a disgusting watch. And thankfully, that watch is gone from the collection. Thankfully, he has escaped the Matrix. He has escaped Buchiachistan and Kokistan and Chomostan, which is the look. Those are the these watch channels out there that are out there giving you the bad advice with the shitter watches. You don't want to be like those guys. This channel, the purpose of our channel is one thing: watches that have upside potential, high quality watches with upside potential. So let's get into it. Let's see what he's got right now. Because again, the collection has evolved. Now, look, a couple of these pieces are legacy pieces that we saw last time. But let's start off with from worst to better. So we got the Rolex Air-King blue dial. Now this watch is actually, from what I understand, this is actually a gift, like a family gift, a thing. So this is not something he bought. This is something, and it's a gift he can't sell. Now, actually, look, I think I said it last time. The watch is actually a pretty decent looking watch. Would I ever buy one? Absolutely not. But for what it is, it's actually a decent looking watch. You got a blue dial, which is classic. You got these the luminescent markers, the 3, 6, and 9 looks. It's a classic. It's a classic. I would not recommend buying it, but he stuck with it. And you know what? You can't go wrong with this watch. Really, at the end of the day, if you have it, it's a really nice watch. To be very fair, time only piece, stainless steel. And steel. Now we know from what Baron Omar, he's a very his philosophy is just like this channel, which is he's totally against steel watches, meaning not to pay a premium for steel watches. Nothing wrong with steel, but this guy is not going out and buying a Nautilus, stainless steel Nautilus for 50 grand or a Royal Oak for 50 grand. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. It's something we talk about. Now, next up on the hit parade, this is the new Patek Calatrava. This supersize edition, which is I think 40 millimeter, whatever it is, and huge watch. On him, it looks good. This guy's got a big wrist, and it's a beautiful watch. It really is a beautiful watch. It's. I think this is one of the only. I think I can name maybe 2 watches from the modern Patek lineup that is a decent watch, and this is one of them. This is like one of the few Patek watches that's decent. What's great about this watch, we talked about it before. Classic. You got the dolphin hands, which look beautiful in this watch. The markers. It's all very classical, timeless design. You got the hobnail bezel, which I actually love that. It gives it a certain presence. My first Patek had that same thing. It was much smaller. It was basically this watch in like 34 millimeter, 35, whatever it was. The Jack Welch edition. We call it the Jack Welch, the former CEO of GE. Famously, he had that watch, except it did not have that second subdial. Didn't have it. It was just time only with black hands. So it had Roman dial. Didn't have these. This it's a great watch, and also you have a display back. If you have to go with a modern Patek, this is great. Let's keep going. Let's see what else. Now, I actually made a mistake on the last live stream. He had this Vacheron Overseas. I thought it was a stainless steel watch or white gold because no, the problem with Baron Omar is his pictures are horrible. I mean, these pictures of, I'm sorry, there's like, we have to give, we give a rating based on picture quality. There's no imagination in these pictures. I mean, this is like just, hey, take a snap. You can't see, it looks like a stainless steel watch, but it's actually rose gold. So it's a rose gold watch. Now, okay, so what we're going to do is, by the way, we haven't done one of these in a while, but we do give a rating. We do rate these collections on quality of the collection overall. Photo creativity, we do give points for that. Upside potential, very important. Because again, our channel, it's all about watches which you make money with. It's right. There we go. We got the Baron Omars there. We're gonna maybe have to upgrade him to Duke Omar. Yeah, you gotta have to take a class. You have to take a photo class. But yeah, this one is good. So this is the watch. It's a rose gold blue dial. This is the classic. And this is probably, again, if you're talking about modern Vacheron, it's the icon in Vacheron. Again, if you could, the one thing is, again, it's a big watch. If you guys can wear a big watch, this is it, right? You got the classic. The bracelet is amazing. And also the great thing about these, if I'm not mistaken, on this, you can also put on the rubber strap, on the white rubber strap. If I'm not mistaken, I think this has the quick release. You can go rubber, leather, or the bracelet. I think this watch would look amazing on the white rubber strap with, if you can do it. I think you can, but All right, what else? We got some vintage Piaget Lapis. Lapis Piaget, horrible picture again. We got the feet in the picture, shoes in the picture. Great watch. The one thing I would do with this watch, I would get rid of that strap. I'd get rid of that strap because I think when it comes with these like classical watches like Piaget, you got to go with either the original strap, which did not have stitching, because the stitching makes it look more casual or whatever. You want to have the flat strap. And I think the cool thing with this watch is, you should get just a modern, clean, flat strap, no stitching, and you know where to go. Camille Fournet. Where else? Camille Fournet. You get something like in or I don't know, Jean Rousseau. You get that in the Chagrin, aka the Stingray, baby blue Stingray. Baby blue Stingray would look amazing with this watch. Or blue or crocodile would look amazing. Yeah, you got to get rid of the strap is horrible. You got to get rid of the strap. I can't even look at the watch. The strap is terrible. Yeah, here we go. Here is the watch. The strap needs to go. We got some nice, looks like good white leather furniture there in the background. And then this watch looks very familiar. I don't know why this watch looks familiar, but we have the classic. We have the classic AP Royal Oak Dual Time. We're going to go through the ratings. Royal Oak Dual Time, yellow gold, solid yellow gold, great condition, beautiful brushing. And what's great about the watch is this. I think, look, if you're going to go with AP Royal Oak, we talked about this before. If you're going to go with the Royal Oak right now, your best bet is you got to go pre-2010. You got to go pre-2010, and you got to go for the complications, which means dual time like this, which, by the way, is a JLC movement. And that is but I think that's a positive to have a JLC, because what you're getting is you're getting a very reliable movement from the watchmaker's watchmaker. And JLC is, a lot of people say they really should be up there in that so-called holy trinity. It should be really JLC and maybe Patek and Vacheron. Maybe, I don't know. Let's call it the quadruple, the holy quadruple, okay? JLC is the watchmaker's watchmaker. So here what you're getting is dual time with a date, And you have the sub dial, right? So what makes this great is, and again, these idiots with the GMT, the Rolex GMT bullshit. That's for like idiots. It's hard. I don't know who understands that. Look, I'm a busy man. I can't be bothered to figure out what 1,800 hours is or whatever. I don't have time to do math. Okay, I want to look at a dial. I want to look at two different dials on one thing and just know what time it is somewhere else. And you have a calendar function. And you got a power reserve if you need a power reserve. Yeah, you got to get that. You got to get the strap immediately. Yeah, you know what? Do you have the white rubber strap? Did they give you a white rubber strap for the Vacheron? I think it would look amazing. The white rubber, and especially in the summer, I mean, it would look like $1 million. Blue rubber, yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah. Well, you like the blue rubber because you have the what do you call it? That's the Breguet, the blue rubber. There we go. We got the Duke Green Rush. The Duke Green Rush. Listen, Baron Omar, you got an excuse now to go to Paris. You got multiple watches. You got multiple watches for straps. You get that cheap flight. You get French B, I think it's called French B, for $300 from LAX. They'll put you into like a tiny seat. The seat is probably like the size of like a dog crate. But I think it's a $300. I think it could be $500 round trip on French B. Because I was actually looking into a flight and I was like, I don't know if I can deal with it. It's a 10-hour flight, and it's supposed to be like the worst like experience. But you know what? For $500 round trip, you'll save money. You'll save money. You go there, you get the straps, and you're done. Oh yeah, the white rubber is great. The white rubber is amazing. I mean, the white rubber with the gold and the blue, it's just an amazing, amazing look. It looks like, the overseas. I think, frankly, the overseas on the white rubber looks even better than the gold because, the gold it's very flashy. It's like in your face. It's like it makes a big statement. The white rubber, looks like, that's the type of watch you wear, as you're walking off your 200-foot yacht. It's like in Saint Tropez or in Sardinia. All right, the white rubber would look amazing, but I think to do the white rubber, to do it properly, you got to have like you got to have the whole look. You got to be wearing like all linen. You got to be wearing the linen. You got to have the white suede or leather loafers. You got to do the whole look. But it's a amazing watch with the white rubber. I think it's a great thing. Now, so the thing with the AP Royal Oak dual time, again, with this era, excuse me, I talked about it before. What makes this very unique is that they started doing these brighter dials right around 2005. And that's what made AP desirable, because before this, they were doing like the darker dials and, the little micro. It just didn't really work. So they were never really that popular. Once they started doing these brighter dials like this is a silvery white dial. It gives it the watch a whole new look. Unbelievable but true. Now this watch actually has a celebrity provenance. This was from our affiliate company, Dial Market. That's right. So we have not only an aristocrat, but also a customer. So you know that Dial Market, the affiliate company of the Watch Reporter channel, actually delivers. That's right. Unbelievable but true. The guy sent the money, and next thing you know, a Brinks truck showed up and the watch was delivered. So, it wasn't, he didn't get a box of ragu, not a box of ragu. Some of these online watch sellers, these Buchiachistan channels like the Okuk, the Tim Wright, Artem Pizdets, these guys, they have these affiliates that they like the Wizard. You send this guy money and you get a box of ragu, a box of tomato sauce that comes in the mail. Not here, not with this channel. Now we got very advanced. Now it starts getting better. Actually, I'm gonna jump ahead. No, I'm gonna go in order. So this is amazing. So this guy has gone from the Matrix, from wearing Apple iWatch and the Matrix. I mean, this is getting very, very like, off the deep end, very advanced. Like if you see the progression, I don't know if this is I think this is chronological order. I think this is actually chronological order. So this guy's going very advanced. This is a Vacheron. What do they call this? I think the traditional, whatever. It's the basic Calatrava of Vacheron, right? This is the diamond dial edition, which I'll tell you what makes this watch amazing. Forget about the dial. What makes the watch amazing is the buckle. Because you have diamonds on the buckle, and this is one of the best buckles in the game. Vacheron has right now their overseas, what do they call it? The overseas jewelry, the high jewelry with the Piguet diamonds, whatever. The buckle is great because some of these brands, they just give you whatever, a gold buckle. Okay, no, you want to have the diamonds on the buckle. If you're going to have a diamond dial, you want to have diamonds on the buckle. Why? Because if you're sitting somewhere, let's say you're sitting at the bar. Let's say you're like the timepiece gentleman. You're the timepiece gentleman. At what's the where's the place you used to meet all his clients? The restaurant, the Nick and Tony's or something, the steakhouse. The timepiece gentleman, his move was he would go to the bar, he would sit there, and he would what did he do? He would sit there and he would find a guy sitting there because he was also he also gave the gentleman massages or whatever. That's a whole nother story. But he would sit there and he'd make sure he'd be sitting there so the guy next to him would see the watch he was wearing. Then he would strike up a conversation and try to sell the guy a watch or offer him a massage, whatever. Anyway, but the thing with this watch, the advantage of this watch is people see this. They see they see the buckle. They know, shit, this guy's wearing a real watch. This guy's wearing a Vacheron because they see the diamonds glistening. Beautiful buckle. Now, again, I think we had a conversation, and we know that this strap will be replaced. From what I understand, a white crocodile strap. And what's crazy is this. Here's the crazy thing. Because I saw this picture, I was like, holy shit, this is an amazing, this is a crazy watch. Now, I thought this watch was some crazy price. And from what I understand, the Baron, Omar, bought this watch for an amazing cheap price, like ridiculous price. Full box, full papers, the full deal. Ridiculous price. You guys will not believe. You will not believe how much you paid for this watch. You will not believe it. You will not believe it. Now imagine this watch on a white crocodile strap, shiny white crocodile, flat. No stitching. It can't have any stitching. Flat strap. I think you paid 24 grand. I'll tell you right now, just off the bat, before we even go into that's a steal. This is like my favorite watch so far. Like, I mean, dollar wise, like holy shit. Because the thing is, this watch looks like you see this watch, you think it might be like $100,000 watch. I mean, I would think it's a $50,000 watch. You don't see this type of thing. You don't see this watch, and this is, by the way, it's a big size. This is like 38 millimeter. It's a big in-your-face watch. Again, dolphin hands, beautiful markers. Everything about the watch is perfect. Is it a display back? And the sides. Look at the sides. You get the diamonds on the sides. Yeah, this is great. It's great, but we're getting started. We're just getting started. Okay, next up, look at this. We have, what a great picture. We got the shadow covering half the watch. We got the all right, let's go here. Okay, this is the close-up. Wow, look at this. So this is the white gold JLC dual time, or actually they call it the Master Geographic. And yours truly, the Colonel himself, has the same exact watch in yellow. I don't know, is mine yellow gold or rose gold? I actually don't know. I think it's rose gold. I think mine is rose gold. And I actually ran into a problem. My power reserve is not functioning. Something is going on with my power reserve. And yeah, so I'm a little bit annoyed with the watch because it's something was wrong with my power reserve. Because I think I had it on a winder. I think because I left it on a winder for 6 months, and then that may have screwed up the watch. So do yourself a favor, don't put it on a winder. If I'm not mistaken, he paid $8,000 for this watch, which is a bargain. Because look at this, look how much gold is in this watch. It's probably 2 ounces of gold. It's probably like $7,000 in gold. You got obviously the case, all that. Then you got that flip open back, which, I don't know. There's no point to it. Really, it's useless. I don't even like it. But it's there. And, worst case situation, you can always tear it off and, cash it in, right? But that's the movement. So great watch, except, I'm a little bit annoyed. Again, it's like, I don't want to have to bring it in for repairs, whatever. But, and I'll tell you what I like about this is, the positive is you got this like brown crocodile strap or whatever that is, and that's great. That really works because if you had it in black, if you had a black strap, it would look too like formal, too severe. And this is much better. Like my watch came with a black, JLC strap. I changed it to like the brownish Camille Fournet crocodile. So this is great. And ironically, it's the same movement. It's the same movement as this watch. Same exact movement. Oh, display back. So the Vacheron has a display back. Is it a white gold rotor? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Is this a manual wind? I actually don't know. Is this manual wind? Manual? We got to have a picture of this because actually they do really nice movements. So is it a manual wind or automatic? I hope it's a manual wind. I think it's better with manual wind. All right, now we go to a watch. You peasants, you low-life degenerates, you low-life degenerates have never seen a watch like this. This is not a watch. Oh, manual wind. Okay, perfect. Manual wind. Okay, now from what I understand, the Baron might be giving away that watch to his wife. That's right. Which not this watch. We're talking about the Vacheron. Which you know what? I'll tell you what. I think it's a great women's watch. Again, on the white crocodile, or again, if you go to Camille Fournet, I'd get it like in the because they have crazy colors in the crocodile, whatever alligator crocodile. It's like they do beautiful It's flat, like shiny, high gloss. I would get like that, like hot pink fuchsia. Fuchsia, I think it's called fuchsia, hot pink, or purple, something crazy, like, and then give it to your wife. I mean, that would look. It would be like the ultimate like fuck off watch, like. I mean, I don't know. I haven't met your wife. I don't know anything about, maybe, if she hangs around, like, I don't know if she, you live in a very like high end area. I don't know if she goes to like, has these friends where they go to like, I don't know, Pilates classes, these ladies that, they go to country clubs for luncheons together. They all, but if she wore this watch to meet up with her friends for lunch or whatever, they would like just drop dead. I mean, this is like just a drop dead watch. If you had it in that like hot pink or white crocodile, this is like amazing. Now, let's go to the number one watch. This is, again, you're not going to find this watch in Buchiachistan, Chomostan, or Kukistan, a.k.a. Archie Luxury World, the Artem Pizdet, the JJ Buchiak, the Okukistan, the Ochomo, the original Ochomo, the Watch Kalanic, all these Buchiachistan channels. Those peasants, they don't know anything about this watch. What is this? In my opinion, this is like the ultimate watch. This is the Audemars Piguet perpetual calendar, dual time, actually world time. It's a world time watch. So at the bottom, you have a world time function. So not only do you have a perpetual calendar, which is the ultimate complication. By the way, do you notice that none of these Buchiachistan channels, none of these Buchiaks have a perpetual calendar? They all claim to be experts. Archie Luxury, Mr. Archie Luxury, the Bogan of Brisbane, Mr. Patek Philippe, has never owned a perpetual calendar. He's never had a perpetual. Neither has J.J. Buchiak. Neither has the Okuk, the original Ochomo. Nobody in the Kukistan planet, what do they call it? The Okolony channel, the Kalanic channel. You got the, what other channels? The Artem Pizdets, you got the Tim Wright, you got all these channels out there. The only channel where you're going to see perpetual calendars is right here. Right here. Now, I think this is the ultimate watch. I think that the only problem with this watch is once you have this, where do you go from here? That's it. It's all over. I mean, this is like, it doesn't get any better. Now, it does have some, problems, you might say. It looks a little funky. It's a little bit funky. It's not everybody's cup of tea. In full disclosure, I'm in the market for one of these. I'm actually in the market for one of these. We know that Baron Omar got this at a crazy price. I think actually, from what I understand, he traded in his Daytona with a ceramic bezel, the stainless steel ceramic bezel. I think it's called the Darth Vader Daytona, which is total garbage. He traded that in for this watch. I think he had to put up maybe a little bit of cash also, but this is a great watch. Now, what's interesting, if you guys notice, what's interesting with the watch, it's got this like texture on the dial, which is it's called the Metropolis. So it has kind of this like Art Deco vibe, if you will. Kind of like Art Deco Metropolis, that movie, Fritz Lang, Metropolis. And then you have this incised world globe type of thing, which looks like the Aquanaut. It's like the Aquanaut, the grenade. Actually, it's better. It's actually a better execution of the grenade. Again, it's not for everybody. Not everybody is going to be into it. I'd be into it. So the only funky thing is about, again, nothing is perfect. It's like, you're not going to have everything. You're not going to get like a supermodel, who also cooks and cleans. It just doesn't work that way, right? There's always compromises. So the hands, you got these, I don't know, what are these called? Sword hands or whatever. I'm not a fan of sword hands. The numerals, the 2, 4, 8, 10, whatever. It's a little bit like, I don't know, whatever. But you know what? Like, I could overlook all that. Like, I would take that in as part of the package. It's part of the deal. It's part of the charm. It's like, it's part of the deal. And I was thinking, I had a conversation with Baron Omar. I said, if I had this watch, maybe I would get like dolphin hands. I would get like, get them put in. But you know what? Actually, this actually is fine. I wouldn't change anything. Just leave it as is. This is, it's an amazing watch. And yeah, I mean, it's, look at this. Here's the back of the case. There's your, there is your movement. My understanding is it's a JLC also. It's a JLC movement. And their movement, it's a module, whatever it is. Anyway, it's a whole thing. So it's JLC and AP. They didn't make a lot of these. Yeah, there's a couple of them on the market. And I think it's a great watch. Oh, and look at this. You got a quick release. That's interesting. This may not be the original strap. So I think it's called the Jules Audemars. The Jules Audemars. And yeah, it's a great watch. Look at this. The problem with this watch, the problem is, where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? You know, it's like 3 months. That's right. Baron von Noob escaped Chomostan. He escaped peasant metal Rolex. That's right. Unbelievable but true. That's what happens. That's what happens. I think, you know, ask Baron Omar. Baron Omar, you know, before this channel, I mean, he was iWatch, Apple iWatch. He was a slave of the Matrix and a Daytona. He had a Daytona with a ceramic bezel. And now this is what happens. And by the way, yeah, this is just full disclosure. You know, we never talked about this watch. I mean, this is like, you know, this is what happens when you subscribe to this channel as a paid member. When you become an aristocrat, all of a sudden you get you get instant enlightenment. Like I didn't tell him. I didn't tell Baron Omar about this watch. Frankly, because I if I knew it was so cheap, I would have bought it myself. I want one of these, right? So I haven't talked about this watch. But yeah, that's what happens when you join this channel. All of a sudden, you start, you know, your mind expands automatically, or just automatically. Just that $4.95 a month, that $5 a month that you're investing. All of a sudden, you get instant enlightenment. You know, so look what happened. Like this is not. He didn't ask me about these. Why this is. He did this on his own. You know, his own volition. You know, this is his own thing. Great watch. I think he paid, again, this is amazing. I think 24 grand, if I'm not mistaken, which is a steal. 24 grand, which is an absolute bargain. This watch was not more than that, a little bit over that, which is another bargain. This one was like, I think 8 grand, something like that, which is, you know, again, that's right around the, yeah, a little below the market, because I think these are increasing a little bit. They're going up because gold is going up, so they're going up. Now, the thing with the JLC dual time, I did a video. You know, I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit annoyed because my watches need service, so I'm a little bit bitter about it. But if I wasn't bitter, I'd say, wow, it's an amazing watch. Yeah, I'm a little bit bitter because I was planning to go to Europe and wearing this watch because it's low key enough that, you know, I don't have to worry about getting robbed, right? But it needs to get service. I'm pissed off, and but they're going up in value. They're at like 10 grand now. I don't think it's not going to go crazy. Okay, so let's talk about valuation. Let's talk about, okay, we're going to give the rating, the collection rating, upside potential. Wow, the diamond dollar is less than 21 grand. 21 grand. Wow, 21 grand. Liberation. That's right. Liberation Day. We got Trump. This is the real Liberation Day. Wow. 24.5. Yeah, this is a fucking steal. That's a steal. That's like the steal of the century. Full set. That's an absolute steal. Absolute robbery. Highway robbery. It's funky. Listen, that's, you know, it's a trade-off. It's like, look, you know, you want a supermodel who also cooks and cleans? Not going to happen. Not going to happen. This watch is like a 6, not a 10. It's a 6 who cooks and cleans. And irons your shirts. Listen, I don't need a 10. I just want a girl who's like a 6, you know? The main thing that I need is I need a woman who not just cleans. I need her to iron. I need her to like iron shirts because like it's very hard to get like proper like you you bring dress shirts to these dry cleaners or whatever in America to have them like, not dry clean, but just, laundered, and pressed, whatever they call it, pressed. And they don't do it right. They sometimes because my shirts they're all French cuffs, right? So some places, some of these places you go to, they've never seen French cuffs before, like they don't like I'm okay, like okay. So when I was in New York, okay, they accept it. In LA, I dropped. I'm going to tell you right now. Ironically, the name of the dry cleaner was called Baron Dry Cleaner. This is in Marina Del Rey. I'm gonna put them on blast because they wrecked some really nice French cuff shirts I had. It was Baron Dry Cleaners in Marina Del Rey, which is on Washington Boulevard. They pressed. If you understand the French cuff shirts, the cuffs, like when they're undone, they hang. I don't know how to. Backwards in reverse. I don't know. Anyway, they pressed them on the wrong side and they ruined the cuff. They never came back. So that's what happens. That's what, and all these Italians I know in Italy, not the American Italian. I mean in Italy, right? I asked them, where do you get whenever I was like in Naples or where I say, hey, where can I get my shirt? Where can I get my shirt, clean? Whatever. Oh, they all have their wives do it. That's part of the job. Is the wife launders your shirt and she, irons the shirt and they know how to do it right. I don't know. They train them and they do it perfectly, right? They get the collar and they get the cuffs perfect. So, I mean, that to me is the most important thing, is a woman who knows how to iron. That's the most important thing. Almost. Listen, some things are important. Obviously there's other things important, but the ironing is super, super important. I don't want to have, also the prices are going up. It's like some places they want like $6-7. I mean, the prices are going crazy to clean a shirt. It's crazy. Yeah. So that's the thing. I'm in the market. I'm in the market for a wife who is good at ironing. That's the thing. All right. So bottom line is this watch I think is amazing watch. I would give this watch a 10. I'm giving this watch a solid. I'm giving it an A+. Actually, on this channel, I think we're doing a rating based on A through F collection. Okay, so here's how we do the rating. We do the rating on the watch collection based on a couple things. That's right. Look, yeah, that's what happened. This was in Baron Cleaners in Marina Del Rey. Listen, what happens is, how it works in LA. First of all, not a lot of people wear French cuffs. They probably got this, some lady from, right off the, she just snuck over the border, right? Came over the border. They put her to work the next day, and they've never seen French cuffs before. okay, it's a first world problem. But it was an expensive shirt. Actually, it was from Anto shirt makers. Anto shirt makers of Beverly Hills, who do a great job. Anto shirt makers, highly recommended. And the shirt lasted forever, but the sleeves, they also shrank. So not only did they fuck up the sleeve, the sleeves also shrank. So that's why, you got to have the wife who does it. That's right. These Buchiachistan channels, they're all hyping the Land Dweller because, the Land Dweller, the Rolex Land Dweller is the official watch of Chomo Stan. It really is. I mean, look at who's hyping the watch. The Ochomo himself. That's right. The original Ochomo, aka the Okuk, and the JJ Buchiac hangout. The Artem Pizdets. These losers. They're all hyping the Land Dweller, which is a piece of shit. So that's right. That's what's going on. Look, when you join the channel, so a couple things happen. There are multiple benefits. Not only do you get instant enlightenment and you discover how to make money with watches, instant, generational wealth, but also, money just, wealth comes into your life from the heavens. It just starts pouring out of the heavens. Women throw themselves at you. I mean, we're talking about supermodels, just fling themselves at you because they know that, you're a man of substance. You've reached enlightenment. Baron Red knows this himself. Baron Red, as soon as he became a member of the channel, he's going on Tinder and, all these Tinder thoughts, so what they call them, the thoughts, they're throwing themselves at him because now he also has the Breguet. He's got the Breguet oligarch watch with the rubber bracelet strap. Oh yeah. Hop on. You got the link. You got the link. Yeah, let me finish off here. And hop on. Well, okay. Oh yeah, hop on. We'll hop on. You're free to give your opinion on the collection. We'll give it a rating. We're going to give the rating. By the way, make sure you click the like, subscribe button. You join the channel. Yeah. So here is how the rating works. Yeah. By the way, you too. That's right. You too can get a free watch collection review when you become an aristocrat. You got to click the join button. Invest $4.95 a month in your future. It's not for me. It's for you. Do it for yourself. Unbelievable, but true. And by the way, there we go. The Baron Red. He's got a new avatar. He's got a new avatar now. Baron, welcome to the program.
Yep. Thanks, Colonel.
Let me see. Go this way. Hey, there we go. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the collection?
No, this is a great collection. It's one of those collections where, like, there's not like repetition to it, because it's like we've seen a lot of collections where it's like it might be big or it might not be big, but it's kind of like all the same thing. So there's a lot of variety in this one.
Exactly. That's the number. You know what? That's the number one thing, right? You got all these. If you look at any of the Chomo Stanny channels, it's all Rolex fanboy. It's like, you got this Australian guy on the Chomo Stan channels, the Rolex expat, I think, the Aussie expat. You know that guy, the Aussie expat?
No, I don't watch his channel.
I actually met him in person. He lives in Vegas. I was at the Bucharest store. I was walking and I was pissed off because they gave me some bullshit about the people are morons. Anyway, I'm kind of walking out there and some guy goes to me like, "Hey, are you watch reporter?" I'm like, "Holy shit, what the fuck?" It's this guy. It's the Aussie expat. I don't know how he recognized me. Yes, that's the Aussie expat was there. Apparently, he has got a good relationship with him. They sell him watches. But all his watches, it's like a box of fucking. It's like the Rolex catalog. It's all the steel, like literally every I think he's got 3 stainless Daytonas. He's got a yellow gold Daytona. He's got a GMT. They're all fucking. And he keeps them in those stupid, those dive cases. Those, the plastic, the hard plastic with the foam inside. You know that thing with they used to have cameras. They used to put cameras into those cases. I think that's how he keeps his watches. It's like this guy's got 20 Rolexes. It's all the same shit.
Yeah,
I hate that.
Okay, so I kind of understand it, right? Because since he's got a YouTube channel, Rolex is what gets the views. So
he's like a normal guy. He's not like one of these e-beggars. He's like a normal person. That's actually what he likes. It's his thing. He's he's just a fanboy. Yeah. He's not doing it for super chats.
All right. So even if you like it, but like how many are you gonna get? You're just gonna like buy every single steel Rolex? This is insane.
No. Well, that's the thing. I mean, look, I think once you have, let's say you have a Submariner, you have this, whatever, why would you? And I think when I met him, he was wearing like an Air-King, like a black dial Air-King, like in a small size. I don't. But this one is actually not bad. I like the blue. The blue with the white is actually a beautiful combination. Even though we're not fans of the Air-King, but this is at least it's a clean classic watch. So I think as you say, listen, I give this. You got variety here, right? The most important thing is like you got variety. It's interesting. It's stuff you don't see. You don't see this stuff anywhere else. Well, you're gonna see this. You're gonna see this occasionally. You'll see this.
Yeah.
You'll see an Air-King. Actually, you know what? You're not gonna see an Air-King with a blue dial like this.
Yeah, that's true. Well, overall, I don't think the Air-King is really like a model that a lot of, at least the people that have YouTube channels, that they kind of show off.
No, they love that. No, it's a big part of it. Oh no, the Explorer. I got it mixed up. Explorer. They love the Explorer, right? I don't get it. What's the difference? Actually, you got to explain to me. What's the difference between the Explorer and the Air-King? It's the same watch.
For the current model, I think the dial is different on the Air-King. The Air-King, it's got the 369, but it also has I guess in between the 369, instead of having those the indices, it's got like the minute markers. So it says like like 35, 40,
Oh, fuck that. No. Oh, yeah. No. I'll tell you what. I think this luminescent over here is great. Actually, it's great. That's a great one. But to be fair, that was a gift. He didn't pick that, so it doesn't count, and he has to keep it. It's like a family thing. He has to keep the watch. So whatever it is, he can't sell. But yeah. So basically, you got the heavy hitter, right? You got the heavy hitter, which is the overseas, right? You got the overseas Vacheron.
Yeah, and it's not they did they did a really, really good job with that model. It just pops. It's great. And if you've seen it on the blue rubber strap, I think it stands out even more, just because it's like, because the gold then is just around the case itself. You don't have the bracelet distracting you from it, so it makes it stand out even more. It's a great watch. It's a beautiful, beautiful watch.
No, good point. Yeah, because I think the problem with when you have a solid gold is it takes away from the case. The case, it takes away from it in a way. It's like if you have, I think especially if you have it in the white, which isn't, again, that's not for everybody. It's a little, it's kind of like a Miami, Saint Tropez type of thing. But I would do it if I had it. I would wear. I have a white rubber dial. I've worn with my what do you call it? The Submariner. I might get a white rubber dial for the date.
Rubber strap, yeah. Just
rubber strap,
wear it over the summer. Wear it over the summer when you're wearing the white sneakers. Yeah,
exactly. We got the Piaget. Are you a fan of the Piaget? Because this is we're going to Piaget vintage. It's not for everybody. It's not. It's like it's like a real 70s vintage.
Yeah. So it's not for me, but it is. I mean, it is like, I think it's an iconic look.
The photo. I think this photo is horrible. Because it is a bad photo. It's it's a Lapis dial, and you can't see it here.
Because that's what I was going to ask. I was going to is it a stone dial? No.
The photos here are like terrible photos. This gets like a D for photos. Photo quality like a D.
Yeah. Oh wait, so Colonel, do we have a rating for? I know we have a rating for a composition, but I don't know if we have a rating for the actual photo itself, like the quality of the photo.
No, that's the we rate on quality of the collection. Is it interesting, right? Upside potential.
Yeah.
And photo quality, the composition, the whole creativity, photo creativity, composition. And these are like, just D grade photos. It's like, just like I think he may have taken these with like an Instamatic, Kodak Instamatic with film or something. Like something is just like just random whatever.
Yeah.
No thought into it, just like a boom here, whatever. So dual time. Your thoughts on the dual AP dual time yellow gold?
Yeah. I mean, okay. So I think if it's got that is kind of like an iconic look for it. So I don't really have any comments. There's nothing to say about it. I mean, it's got that's the look everyone's going for. It just has complications.
But you're not a Royal Oak guy, right? You're not a fan of the Royal Oak, I think.
Not really.
No, I think everybody has to have. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I don't want to say that. That's stupid. No, I love the Royal. I like. You know what? Look, I kind of hate them, the modern ones, because the whole company, the whole fucking political thing, all the bullshit. But I think of that era, like when you go sort of pre-2010 or whatever, they're great, and especially if the prices dropped, because I think they're overvalued right now for the new models. The new models are crazy prices that they have. 35 grand, whatever, for steel watches, 40, which is ridiculous. And the problem is everybody has those. Like every Buchiac has one of those, basic steel Royal Oaks. That's like the thing. That became the thing. The COVID collectors. So
yeah.
I think if you go with Royal Oak, you have to go like this. You got to go complications pre-2010. Otherwise, you're going to be like lumped into that, Buchiachistan.
Yeah. Okay, but I think it was a couple months back we saw one of the Royal Oaks with the diamonds in the bezel. I thought that was like a really good looking watch.
Mm. Oh no! What about the diamonds on the dial? The markers, the diamond markers.
Yes. Yep. I recall seeing that too, and then I recall thinking, I was like, oh yeah, that's a really good use of the diamonds. Yeah, totally.
No,
the Baguette diamonds.
Actually, you know what? I'll back up. That watch with the baguettes, it was like a baby blue dial, white gold with the baguette markers. I think it's a perfect watch. The only thing, it's a little too big. It's like a 41 millimeter or 42, whatever. It's which means it's like it wears just way too big. But that watch is an amazing watch. They have a few like nice pieces, but it's like the problem again when you get the regular basic ones. Then you get lumped, especially if you get the chronograph, you get the Royal Oak chrono, then you get lumped into that whole like Buchiachistan.
So I guess the big question is now like what's going to happen to AP in, let's say, like 5 years from now? Like, do you think they can maintain the hype, or they're just going to like kind of taper off?
Oh, this is the eternal debate, right? This is the I don't know. I think listen. I think that I did a couple of videos. I think with Royal Oak, I think I think Nautilus and Royal Oak are kind of past their their hype thing. The only ones I would buy is kind of with Royal Oak, it would have to be pre like that 2010. And with Nautilus pre like 95. And the reason I say that, is because when you get into the Royal Oak, the problem with the Royal Oak is the early Royal Oaks, the dials were just too dark. They just don't work. When you get into this era, 2005, you get these bright silvery white dials, which are perfect. And you get the better cases, and so they really work. And the problem with the new ones, I think that the clasps are a little bit too. They're just not. I don't know. They're just not elegant. I don't know. They're just kind of. I don't know. So I think the new watches are gonna take a hit, and I think people are gonna get tired of them. I think they're gonna get tired of the Royal Oak, especially the modern, and the modern Nautilus, the modern Aquanaut. And they'll come back to it in like 10 years. But it's gotten too hot. When something gets too hot for its own, it's like that's it. You know, it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
burns out.
it burns out. Yeah, exactly.
Look, it's like the Rolex, the King Tut, the Bluesy, Submariner. It became too popular for its own good. Beautiful watch.
Yeah.
But you know, every Buchiac has one. You know, every car salesman, every low-life degenerate goes for that watch. And it's not the fault of the watch. The watch is beautiful, but the problem is, you know, when you have that watch, you get lumped into that category. You know, and you attract other Buchiacs. You know, so I'm trying to, I want to get rid of them. Basically, I'm looking to, I don't want to sell it. I want to do like a trade-in for something. So I have it, but like, you know, I'm very self-conscious wearing it because it's like, you know, it's like, you know, it's like that, you know, you don't want to be one of those people, you know?
Yeah. But you know what?
Like,
I guess if you just keep it long enough, it'll come back into style.
No, the Submariner. It's never gone out of style. Everybody loves that watch.
No. I'm talking about the specifically the King Tut. Like people will just kind of like kind of forget about it.
No, everybody loves it. No, the King Tut.
It'll be hot again.
No, it's everybody. It's that's the problem. It's always been hot. I mean, well, I shouldn't say. It's kind of like, look, it's a two-tone, right? It's a two-tone watch, which is, you know, not everybody's into it. The two-tone thing is, again, it's not everybody's cup of tea. But that watch attracts a certain, because it's kind of the iconic Rolex. You know, whenever you see like signs for Rolex or ads, they always show that watch because it's just so recognizable. The day. It's just, you know, but it's too common. You know, it's just too much of a. It gives off like a peasant vibe. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's what happens. Yeah, so I think the integrated bracelet, you know, like it's interesting. I'm actually, you know, for the last few weeks, I've been wearing the day date on the rubber strap, and I don't miss, you know, bracelet watches. I don't miss the Rolex, the Yachtman, all the other stuff, because yeah, it's like it gets annoying to wear that every day.
I'm just thinking, you know, like on the rubber, it cuts down on the weight, and it's easier to like, I don't know, like if you sweat it, it's easier to wipe down.
No. Well, here's the thing, right? Because like, you know, it's like I like I'm in a hot climate, right? Like I can't, you know, like I can't wear a leather strap in the summer because, you know, it's dry, but it's still like, I don't know, I'm not gonna like play golf with wearing a leather strap, right? With a rubber strap, no problem. And it's lighter than the steel. Yeah, alligator. Yeah, you could. No, I think the issue is importing. I think worldwide they have this bullshit regulations about importing whatever. You know, like I don't know.
Oh yeah, sites. Yep.
Sites or whatever, which is a scam. I mean, no, it's ridiculous because they breed these crocodiles. I mean, they farm them.
Yeah, I know.
And they're vicious animals. I mean, the crocodiles are vicious animals. It's not like, you know, it's not like we're, you know, I don't know what the issue is. People eat that meat. You know, there's also the people who love crocodile meat or alligator, you know? In the South, it's a big thing. Yeah, they love to eat it.
Yeah, I know. I've had some. It's like the little nuggets. It's like, I've eaten it. I mean, when I was traveling down there, you know, I got some. They're like, they're breaded and fried. It doesn't have much of a taste. There's a lot of like gristle in it, so it's kind of tough. But it doesn't have much flavor. And also, when you bread it and fry it, that kind of also takes away from being able to really taste it.
Oh, okay. No, they're vicious animals. I mean, they're like predatory. What are they called? You know, they're just nasty animals. Shit. They should kill all the alligators, crocodile. Actually, no, man. I'm sure they do some. No, obviously they have a purpose, right? They eat. I don't know, whatever. You know, whatever is the. You know, but the you know, if you farm raise them, It's almost like raising cows, and people eat meat. Human beings need to eat meat.
Yeah.
They need the protein.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, what are you
Yeah.
gonna not? You're gonna be a vegetarian? What, you think plants? You think a tomato doesn't want to live? You think a tomato likes to be, chopped down and eaten? No, of course not. They all have feelings. Herrera, great day. Oh yeah.
Okay. To answer Baron von Noob's question, he wants to know if you're allowed to own alligator straps in the U.S. So to answer that, it has to do with importing. So when it gets imported, there's paperwork that has to follow along with it. I guess something along the lines of that. I guess it's not like just some kind of like it's smuggled in from somewhere else.
This guy's Dutch. The Baron von Noob, he's actually Dutch. The Dutch speak better English than the Americans.
I'm not surprised. A lot of countries speak better English.
Yeah, they really speak.
Americans.
It's funny. The other day, I'm in a cigar lounge store, whatever, and there's like two guys sitting next to me, and they're talking kind of funny. They got that funny, they're talking like this, and I thought, they look a little bit like Van Gogh. I said, "Are you guys, you Dutch?" Because they didn't have that. The Dutch, they have that, a lot of that. But they have that kind of weird, that funny kind of. I thought maybe there was like a different part of Holland. So I said, "Are you Dutch?" No, they said, "No, we're from Iceland." Can you imagine this? The Dutch, Iceland. You know how many people live in Iceland, by the way?
I have no idea. If I had to guess, I would say probably maybe 300,000, maybe.
Exactly. I thought it was under. They told me it's like 350, 380,000.
Yeah, because Iceland itself, Iceland itself isn't that big, and then most of the people live in like the capital Reykjavik, and I'm sure they probably have like one or two other like very small cities as well, probably along the coast.
No, yeah, exactly. No, that's what it is. It's like it's a little island. And what's weird is I think these two guys. This is in Vegas, right? So, which is weird to meet an Icelander in Vegas. Like, why would they come here? You know what I mean? It's like, it's like the opposite climate. It's like it's not exactly, but whatever. Okay, so apparently, apparently we're brothers. One of them lives in L.A. Like he's been living. Or no, he lives in Vegas. I think he lives in Vegas. That's right. The guy lives in Vegas, of all places. An Icelander lives in Vegas. And the other guy lives in Iceland. He's visiting. And then I asked him about, I said, hey, what about, I said, if Greenland, if Greenland doesn't, want to become a state, you guys want to, become a state. And they were very, insulted. No, never. They're the original Vikings, the Icelanders.
Yeah. They're one of, as far as I guess like groups of people go, just because they're so isolated, they're one of the most genetically
that's
pure
right. That's the thing. Yeah,
groups.
They have pure genes. Like there's no like outsiders. It's all like I think they do like for like pharmaceutical companies. They do stuff there because what is it? Because it's like pure. What the hell is it? It's like you get what the hell from medical what the hell is it? What do they when you develop drugs, you want to see like a baseline thing. I don't know, but they're like basically isolated. They're like 99.9%. Like everybody else on the planet is all mixed, right? There's like whatever. They're all parts of something else. The Icelanders are, they're like been out there isolated. I mean, they're basically it's them and penguins.
Yeah.
I mean, they're basically fucking penguins and whales. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's also one Chinese guy there that runs a Chinese restaurant.
Oh, there's a Chinese guy.
Yeah. So when I vacationed in Iceland, like I don't know, maybe like 15 years ago.
There? You actually went there?
Yeah. Because I was living on the East Coast at the time. I was living on the East Coast at the time. I forget where I was going, but it was a layover. So I went. Yeah, if you get a chance, go. It's beautiful there. It's pricey, just because everything has to be imported, but it's beautiful.
Right.
And then there's also this geothermal hot spring called Blue Lagoon, which is like, they're one of their big tourist attractions. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful place. But
I remember it was like a thing. I remember like a couple years back that was like the thing to go to Iceland, right? That was like a thing or something. That was like, I don't know.
Because they were I guess promoting their tourism as a layover when you go to Europe.
Okay, so how long were you there?
I was there for maybe like 4 days.
Because I also
what
did you do there?
Yeah, it's I went with one of my friends from college, and we saw, I guess, the local sites around the city, ate like hot dogs, which is their late night drunk food. What else did we do? I ate whale meat. That was kind of cool.
Whale meat? Whale from Wales?
Whale from whale. Yeah. There's this I guess like a type of whale called the minke whale, which is they're kind of like around Iceland, and they have they monitor what the size of the herds are, so they kind of harvest them sustainably. But Iceland is
sustainable. I mean, look at this. People are complaining about eating crocodiles. No, whales are actually closer to us. That's like they're mammals, right? They're mammals.
Yeah, and they live for like a really long time. So it's not like they're out there having like a million kids.
Yeah, like whales. I'm kind of against killing whales. Like crocodiles, I mean, like they're like reptiles. No, whales are like they're basically relatives. I mean, they're very close to human beings.
Yeah.
So how'd the whale taste?
Okay, it tastes like it has the texture of beef, but it has like a very slight liver taste to it. It's not something I would say like, oh yeah, you have to try it. But if you never had it before, I recommend just having a little bit. But it's not something it's like, oh, I have to have this.
Wow, did you club any baby seals while you were there?
No, I did not. Oh, so real quick, whale is in Europe. The only place where you can get whale is Iceland and Norway. It's banned everywhere else.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's also not available in the U.S., Canada. You can. I heard it's available in Japan.
No, but they're also giving Japan a hard time about that, right? They've always been giving Japan a hard time. But it's interesting, right? So it's but nobody talks about Iceland and Norway. I didn't even know this. I know they do eat whale in Japan, but I always thought that they were giving them a hard time with the UN, but maybe they're racist, right? Because the Europeans, they let them eat the whale, but the Japanese, they don't allow.
Yeah. So this is what I heard how the Japanese get around it, because it's like they're actually like not supposed to hunt the whale, but they go out and harvest them, and they for scientific reasons. So that's how they get around it.
Right. No, but it's so we're there 4 days. Man, it's crazy. And it was, I think they have like a black landscape, right? It's like all black volcanic rock, right?
It's not black. It's like it's more like this brownish earth color. There's a lot of like these rocks, and then it's got this this moss thing growing on it.
Oh, okay. Fuck Iceland. I don't care. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to watching.
Okay.
Icelanders. Okay. So I mean, what? By the way, what are your thoughts on Greenland? Do you think they should be annexed, Greenland? One way or the other?
They're one way or the other. I mean, we should respect their sovereignty, but there is like a lot of strategic importance for trade as well as military for Greenland, and also if you believe in global warming.
What sovereignty? I mean, who respects sovereignty? I mean, the sovereignty thing is ask the Indians about sovereignty. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's also true. You know what? There's a political commentator that brought up a good point. They said like the U.S. could potentially, just because there's not that many people in Greenland, like we could bribe them. We could tell each one of them, we'll give you $500,000 US if you vote to be U.S. territory.
I think they're talking about something like giving them like $100,000 or like $10,000 a year, 20. like Alaska. You know, the Alaskans get like I think 30 grand a year a piece.
Is it that much?
I think they get like
from
they
their
get like money from the government. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's from their like investment fund. It's like they have like a Alaskan some like sovereign
Oil
wealth
money.
fund equivalent. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, okay, what do you think of this watch? This Vacheron.
All right. So if that so okay, I'm under the impression that it came like that. It just came like that
Oh yeah, of course,
from the
of
factory.
course. Yeah.
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 No,
Yeah.
that for I agree with what you said before. Yeah, for 21K, that is a steal. It does look like a much more expensive watch. And yeah, if you put it on like a light colored like pastel strap, you are ready. You are ready for summer.
Yeah, no, and here's the thing. This is like, you know, this is not just like a diamond watch. It's like a Vacheron. You know, the Vacheron is like, you know,
Yeah,
it's the real deal. It's the real deal.
yeah.
And you got the hands are amazing, right? By the way, from what I understand, the hands are actually two-tone. One part is polished, the other one is like frosted, so it gives you like a contrast.
Yeah.
So the dark side, I guess, is the frosted one, and it's polished, and so it's like it's like a amazing watch, jewelry, whatever you want to call it. And you got the buckle, which is fucking great. Yeah, just on like a different strap. How about this? You ever see one of these before?
I have not. This is my first time seeing it. But it totally. I said it in the comments. It's got that. So if you've ever seen like the original artwork from Jules Verne, Around the World in 80 Days,
Oh yeah,
the artwork from that the cover on that book, it's got that vibe to it.
yeah, yeah. No, it has. Actually, nothing I've seen. Is that like the original thing, or is that the original book, or something, or what is that? That's from the 30s. When did it come out?
That I'm not sure, but if you just pull it up on Google, it's got this kind of like hot air balloon in the picture. It's a hot air balloon, and then on the bottom it has instead of a
It's an
basket, it's
Art
like this
Deco.
long thing.
You know, it's
Yeah.
got this Art Deco. It's the whole. Yeah, it has that vibe. It's got the whole. Oh, you know what? Maybe they called because Jules Audemars. Okay, Jules Verne. Okay, I get it. I get it. Yeah. No, you got perpetual calendar. You got the world time, which is this is the only watch that has a world time function, and perpetual. Oh, you know what I noticed? I just realized the on the world time, the countries, they're all the airport codes.
Yeah, that is, I like that. That's great.
You know, it's I just realized that it's like, you know, it's yeah, that's pretty cool. So and then you got and then you've seen this. We've talked about this, the dual
Yeah,
the
yeah.
regular, yeah, the world top, whatever, the Geographic. So all right, so how would you rate the collection? So you got obviously you got diversity. You got diversity, equity, and inclusion here in this
Yeah,
collection.
yeah.
It's not all the same shit like everybody's with the yeah. It's like you really have like legitimately, you know, very different stuff.
Yeah. This is there's good variety on this. It's
No
like, you know,
redundancy.
yeah. So like okay, so if you were to recommend one new
Oh, one
piece
more thing.
for
One more thing. I would say
yeah.
I would also use the word best of breed. Best of breed. Like these basically represent pretty much what you want from that brand. Like pretty much. Like, you know, with Vacheron right now, I think with Vacheron, it's pretty much the overseas what people want, more or
Yeah.
less. That's kind of their thing. Or like the jewelry, high jewelry, they're known for that, so that's good. With Piaget, you know, it's the 70s stone dolls. Okay, and this is kind of an outlier. This is like again, it's a vintage, very vintage. With Patek, you know, again, classic Patek, Calatrava, you know, big size. Okay, and you got Royal Oak, is you get a rare version, which I think is more desirable than basic. It's a basic a three-hander. And this one is kind of like an outlier because you don't expect this from AP.
Yeah.
Nobody. I don't think anybody even knows this watch exists. It's like a very unusual watch.
Mm-hmm.
But you're getting like real complication. Like this is like, in theory, at back in the day, AP, Patek, Vacheron, they were known for. That was the thing. They were the only people who could do complications.
Mm-hmm.
So JLC, again, you get complications. So it's all, the only thing is you do have redundancy here. You have 2 dual time. Actually, shit, this guy's got 3, technically 3 dual times. Technically 3. But, but they're very different. They're very different. So I think it doesn't really, it doesn't really, it's not really redundant. So how would you rate this? How would you rate the overall collection on let's call it the word quality?
Yeah. Okay. So I would give him an A across the board because I'm just thinking, all right, if you want to recommend, like something to add to the collection, like what would it be? I don't see anything that.
That's the problem. See, the problem is. The problem is like. It's almost like, Alexander when he conquered the world or the known world at the time.
Yeah.
Where do you go? Where do you go from there? Like, where are you going to go next?
Yeah. The only thing you got next is, you have to jump up a price tier and go to chiming watches, like.
But there is. No, I'm saying that's the problem. So in other words, like at this point, like the only place to go from here is like, again, like a totally higher tier. Which is either, or I think it's 2 things. One is either you can go vintage stuff, like you want to go more of like, let's call it like Piaget, whatever. You go into Patek, Calatrava, like whatever, Patek vintage, whatever. You go for 60s Patek, 70s, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or you go into like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think this guy's into like independence. I don't think he's into the independent stuff, the real horology bullshit. I don't think that's his thing. So it's basically, in other words, from here it becomes like a quantum leap because that's it. Where are you gonna go?
Exactly.
I think this is basically from this. I think this is the ultimate watch. In terms of, if you asked about, okay, you got perpetual calendar and a world time, and it's an Audemars Piguet, where are you going to go from there?
Exactly, yeah. And I guess the importance, and the importance of having that watch in the collection is, I think, like every great collection needs at least one watch where it's like it's something that you've just like never seen before. I would call that the crown jewel of the collection. It's something that's just like kind of just stands out.
No, 100%. No, this is like that's exactly what it is. It's kind of like, you have that. You got like this kind of like, the fuck off watch, right? You want to flex. This is the one, right? I guess maybe you can go a higher level, whatever, perpetual, whatever. But then it's all marginal. They become like marginal. I think there's like a Chinese expression. What are they called? Chasing hungry ghosts. You heard of that? Chasing hungry ghosts. You heard of that expression?
So I've heard of the hungry ghost expression, but I've never heard of the chasing one.
Oh, hungry. Okay, maybe I'm wrong with the chasing, but hungry ghost. It's like there's no more. There's very marginal gains from beyond this, unless you go into like a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like, because these are like in the, unless you go into like the 6-figure level, then you go, we're not even talking about 6 figures. You're talking about like, we're talking like, 200 grand type stuff. Like,
It's not just like, because if it was, I was,
we're talking like
200. Because if it was, I would say like, oh, that Vacheron, that the gold Vacheron's approaching.
Yeah. So it's becoming like very. I think Baron Omar mentioned he wants to get the 3940. But I don't know. I don't know. What does he need it? I mean, what when you have that, it's kind of like, do you need this? Unless you unless you're getting really into collecting as a collecting. Like you're building
just
like what's his name? Like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee is building he's going to like an encyclopedic collection. Whatever.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So I mean, like if that's what he wants, then he should get it. But at the same time, I feel like the collection's at a good size, and he's already at the point where it's like, okay, maybe I might have too much to like wear on the regular. Like these watches, they're just not getting enough wrist time.
Right. Well, that's the other thing. Right. That's the other thing is like, because here's the thing. Like right now with this thing, you have pretty much whatever you need for every this is like something you could legitimately wear every day, right? This is like an everyday watch. Again, everyday watch. Again, when you're getting to the full gold, that may not, I think I don't know. Like personally, like I think it would get a little bit hard to wear full gold every day because it gets a little heavy. I don't know. Maybe again, for everybody it's different. But when you have like two solid gold watches, right? Mm-hmm. You got this. You got. I think he's going to give this to his wife. I think this is like he's going to put on a strap. So it's really not his watch now. But basically, it's you got pretty much every occasion covered. And okay, if you want to whatever, like a beater, you got this, right? You want something low key, there's really not I don't know. What do you need? He's not into the chrono. Oh, actually, this is funny. Okay, so let me say, we're gonna say, every collector needs a GMT Pepsi and a man on the moon. Man,
that's right.
Man on the moon. Man. He's not going for those watches, right? That's like, those are like peasant watches. No, I don't think he's doing the Richard. No, this is nice. Only precious metals. So the ellipse, that's true. I think the ellipse, but then again, that would be like going into the vintage, like real. That's going into that Piaget category. So I think the only place to go is either like really the next level, or you're getting into like collecting, like as a more as like the design collection, like this type of stuff. Or more like exotic, whatever, like vintage Vacheron, vintage Patek, 60s and 70s stuff. But this is pretty much the pinnacle.
Yeah.
So, but let's talk about upside potential. Let's talk about something gauche and crass.
All right. So, I mean, what would you say, Colonel? So, okay. I mean, we're gonna say, like, okay. So for the modern watches, because it's like he's got the gold overseas, which I think I don't know what the aftermarket is right now, but I don't imagine it's higher than retail. But for his other pieces, it's especially since he's saying like he got them at like really good prices, so it's probably like he's probably in the positive now.
Yeah, I would say, I think from my understanding is the Patek and the Vacheron he got at retail. So those are going to be underwater. And, those are basically like, I don't think on the Calatrava, like you get your money back. I think, because I think it's expensive. How much is it? In the 30s, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, like low 30s, yeah.
Low 30s? Okay, yeah, I think this is going to be underwater. I think he's going to be underwater for, but he's not like into the resale. So like it doesn't, it doesn't affect him. But these are going to be underwater. These are definitely underwater. The Piaget, I don't know, but like I don't know what the doll actually looks like. So I have no comment on the Piaget, besides getting rid of the strap. I think the AP. Now I know the price he paid. I know he got a very good deal on that. This actually has upside. So here's what watches. Here's which watches have up, and they have upside because you make your money on the buy, right? So 100% this has upside. Like forget about like again Vacheron, like the regular what are these called traditional whatever this bullshit. It's like their Calatrava line, right? So they're like they're going nowhere, but from 21 grand, like you can't go any low. That's like it can't get any lower than that. For a full diamond watch, you just can't. So like this has upside. You have upside here. You have upside here because you got the complication in full gold. You got upside here for sure because the price you got in at. The only thing is with this watch is, this is not like something which people are going to be going crazy. This is not like a, I think with these watches, like for something to have like the real upside, you want to have something which is like more, classically beautiful,
well known,
and more well known. Yeah, there's like a sweet spot. It can't be too rare. If it's like too rare, nobody knows about it.
Yeah,
and if it's too popular, then again, so this is kind of like. This is a very low production watch. They made not too many of them, but nobody knows about it. And it's not for everybody's taste, right? It's always going to be like one of those, like, not for everybody's taste. So, but based on the price, like, the profit is built in. Yeah, like basically you got a built-in profit on this, because of the price. Now, upside potential, I don't know, like I don't see any of them going crazy. Like they're not like hype. There's no like catalyst pushing them. There's nothing going on in the market right now, like pushing these. But I think they're gonna, because you got them so cheap that you have a built-in profit.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I look at it. So like I'd give it for upside potential. I give the collection I give it like a B, because you're not going to lose money, and because most of these you got them cheap. Like you have they're all going to like appreciate at that like 5% a year or whatever. You're going to beat inflation. Basically, you're going to beat inflation for sure. It's better than cash in the bank.
It's gold on the wrist.
Yeah. The other thing is this, right? So here's the other thing. From what I understand, because he bought them at retail, I don't know, maybe for whatever, they're offering him like real watches now, like not bullshit stuff. Like they were like Patek. I think he's getting offers of like heavy hitter watches. So if
that's surprising. Just from buying one.
Yeah, and this is like a basic entry level. I don't know, maybe I don't know. But he told me this. They offered him like a minute repeater.
Oh wow,
yeah, like a real expensive, like something like we're talking about like a whole other level, like crazy price.
Yeah. Maybe sales at Patek, they're hurting right now. So
it could be. No, it could be. No, because but no, he told me like they offered him like a very serious watch. I think Vacheron offered him a perpetual overseas, which is I think they're going below list right now, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And the Patek is kind of like, again, they're not like easy, they're not like hype, but I think he has an opportunity though, because he got these watches. If he may have an opportunity to get like a really desirable watch, like below, and to be able to flip it in that way. I don't think he's going to do that as well. I don't think he's going to do that, but I think it's kind of like that's kind of the benefit. So
all right. Just real quick. Just looking at the collection right now, I would say for the next watch, try to get something that's not a white or blue dial, because it looks like we're just to put more variety in the colors in there.
Oh, different watch. Yeah. Oh shit, he got the The Piaget for $3,000. Shit, that's a good deal, actually. Wow, that's a good deal. Yeah, so these are basically all upside. Yeah, so I think though it's hard to say that. Where do you go from here? Like everything else is going to be like it's not going to be anything like, oh my god, it's it's gonna you have the dual time, you got the perpetual, you got like I don't think he's going diving, so I don't think he needs a dive watch. They're all like, oh, you got everybody. Oh, like Archie, like Archie luxury. Oh, everybody needs a Archie luxury. He's never been in a pool in his life, in a bathtub. I mean, come on. So I think it's hard to say. The only watch which maybe, I think the only like lateral trade, horizontal is it lateral, is there's I think you saw it. There's a Vacheron green dial, rose gold green dial on the strap. It's called the what is it? It's basically this watch. It's the Calatrava. It's got the sub dial. It's a beautiful watch, and it's like $24,000 retail. But then if you have this watch, I mean, it becomes redundant. But it's a beautiful watch. So yeah, you don't want to go more blue. Yeah, I don't think he wants any more blue dials. There's a lot of blue dials here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It looks a lot of blue and white.
Yeah, a little bit heavy on the blue. Yeah, I think it's a little heavy on the blue. I mean, it's not like too much. It's we're only talking about two. Oh no, there's three. Okay, technically 3.5 because this is technically kind of almost a little bit blue. Yeah, technically. I think it would be okay. I mean, like the guy, he does at this. The thing is it's like any other watch really in terms of in this range is going to be kind of redundant. So the only real like I think the only real watch, and again, he's not a Daytona guy, but I think basically it's what do you call it? No, okay. So I would say this. I would say here, hang on. Okay, because he's from Pakistan, and these are like the Pakistan colors, the green and gold, and apparently Rolex is big in Pakistan, right? So if you want to flex on fellow citizens, like, or if you want to like bribe like somebody high up in government, this is the watch you need. You got to have the John Mayer.
Yeah.
The Rolex John Mayer. That's basically, but that's it. I mean, like, then you're done. Then you have, your color.
Yeah. We have to give Baron Omar a word of caution here. If you read his second to last comment, AP wants to take him on a journey to raid his bank account.
Right. That's right. They want to take him. They want to take him on a journey to Chomostan. Yeah. No, but actually, I think that's kind of insulting. I think he told me this. He said they want the 1150. It's kind of an insult. I mean, if you walk into AP, right? You walk into AP. If you walk into AP and you already have a Royal Oak dual time, okay? You don't need any journeys. You're already there. You've been there. You got the T-shirt, and you get the perpetual, which I guarantee you, none of the people at any of these AP boutique, they don't even know what this watch is. Like, they don't know anything about AP's history prior to Royal Oak of 20. Like, this guy's got like the two of the best watches to come out of AP. So what the fucking journey? I mean, this has been there, done it. Like, it's an insult. I think basically, I don't know. It's basically the next is this, or these are going to like in the 60s now. Well, I think this is a new release. This is the new release. It's a new one. What is this? It's like in this is the new 2025 they're doing, and the green is a little bit different. It's more yellow gold behind it. I think they're like $60,000. Or in white gold, but again, the white gold has the blue dial. So Vacheron. I would do this. Vacheron. Traditional. I think it's called traditional. Traditional. Green. I can't find it. It's not coming up. Anyway, it's basically like I think a green dial. I think a green dial would be good, but it doesn't need anything. He doesn't need. There's no like need. There's no need. It's not like, oh, you gotta have. It's basically it. This is it. This is like, it's a first world problem. I mean, from here it becomes more like incremental addition.
Yeah.
So it's John Mayer. Yeah, I think they're going in the 60s, high 60s now, I think. 60 grand. What do we have here? Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Baron Red, what do you recommend? What do you think? Do you have any recommendations? What Omar should get next?
He can get whatever he wants. I mean, he's done. Like, you know what you should get? He should get Bruce Lee's his Ulysse Nardin chiming watch. the one where it's like people like fornicating.
Oh yeah, the erotic watches. Yeah, the erotic. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's where else do you go? I don't know. It's kind of like I think it would have to be like. I think it would have to be like some heavy hitter, like neo vintage, Min repeat. But the thing with the Min repeater thing is just like, I don't know. It's like a gimmick. Who uses that? When are you going to use a Min repeater?
When you're out at dinner with friends, and you show it off. That's it. That's like the only time you use it.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to chime it. No, the other one is when it does it automatically, right? That's called the what is it called when it does it automatically? It's
they're like quarter strikers or something like that.
Yeah. When it does it, like you don't have to push the button. It does it automatically. Makes it chime.
Yeah.
I think basically from here it becomes like some what the hell is it? Yeah, I don't know. This is it. It's pretty much. Yeah. So I would say. So in terms of the photos, I give a D on the photo quality. The interest of the collection is, I would say, I don't know if I should see A or B plus, because maybe A. If it had another, if there was a little more color, I'd be like, okay, A. If there was like a green dial or something, like I'd give it like an A. But it's there's no. It's like what it is? It's. I think it's the what do you call it? Okay. So I would say let's say A minus. I'd give it an A minus. I'd give it a minus. Upside potential, I'd give an A because you got a built-in profit on all the stuff. But it's not like trending stuff. In other words, it's not like the stuff that's like right now, like on the move, like Patek 3940, Ellipse. None of these are part of like a cycle. None of these are part of like a trend right now. They're not part of any like major mega trend. So I would say, if there was a little bit more vintage stuff, I would give it like a more of an no. This is but I'll tell you, it's like big. It's like a big change. You saw the original video, I think, right?
Yeah, I did. This is huge change. Yeah,
maybe
this is I would say just I would say just keep the collection as is right now. It's perfect the way it is.
Yeah, exactly. Because this is like an advanced. This is like advanced. This is not like basic. Okay, it's not like incremental. A guy goes from like a Rolex to like a GMT or whatever, a day. No, because this watch is like, this is like a real advanced like collecting. This is like, nobody knows about this, like this, or stuff like this. It's well, this is obviously a little easier to understand, but you know what I'm saying. So you're getting into some like deep, deep areas, and you got the hype watch if you need that. Yeah, so like everything is covered. Everything is covered. You got the low key travel watch. Yeah, I mean that's it. That's it. So, oh, that's right. The Rolex, yeah. Bruce Lee. Bruce
Colonel.
Lee
So I have to hop off soon. Could we just real quick talk about the land dweller? Okay, so I thought about it. Yeah. So the land dweller. Okay, so I thought about it, and this is, I figured out like why the land dweller is such like a poor release now, and let me know if you disagree. Right. So I think it's like okay, when you release a product, right? It takes like maybe 2-3 generations for the general public to kind of just forget about it. So the land dweller, even though it goes back to the oyster quartz, it's too late of a release because the PRX is already in the market. So even though, like people know the PRX is kind of like ripping off the design for something else. Well, even though the PRX kind of has its own design history to it, but it's too late already because the general public, their perception of that kind of like look is already it's already imprinted onto the PRX already. So now that they come, even though they say like we have history to it that predates the PRX, it's too late. The general public they already latched onto the PRX. So now the
in other words, what you're saying is, yes, they originally had the design in the 70s, but everybody forgot about it because it was a dog with fleas, and now you have this. Basically, they got this new watch, but the PRX is everybody compares it to this which was a copycat, but it's been. I see I know what you're saying. These actually, when you look at this close up, you can tell it's pretty good quality. Like it's made well. But it just like, I don't know what the hell is going. Like that middle brace, it's just it's a fucking hot mess. It's just a hot mess. It's like, but it's good that they're at least experimenting to go. They're trying new things.
Yeah, I
agree. The name. What kind of name is Land Dweller? It's just so uninspiring.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking of like a sloth, or some sort of like, like, yeah, like some sort of, I don't know, like some sort of hedgehog, or like, there's something, just some sort of like animal.
It's like no, it's not even that. Like the land dweller it sounds like some kind of like pejorative you call it like a homeless person,
Yeah. I'm thinking of like an armadillo with this watch. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's just a fucking hot mess. I can't, but these Buchiachistanis are all crazy for it. I don't know, because they're all fanboys or whatever. I don't know. They're just
okay, but at the same time, I feel like these people they always need something to hype up to chase after. So
right,
this just happened to fit the bill.
And what's the problem is that that rotor is so ugly. It's so basic. It's like so no thought went into that rotor. It's just like I don't want to look at it. It's that ugly.
They should just put a solid case back on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. It's ugly looking. No imagination. It looks like shit. Yeah, everything about this watch is pure shit. I mean, this is a total disaster. I mean, it's a hard. I mean, look, you notice the detail. It's well made. You see the quality. It looks like very good quality.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I mean, this is like production wise, because they got robots.
Yeah, that's true. It's just that not enough thought went into the design.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Yeah. All right, Colonel, I gotta hop off.
Oh, okay. See you later.
All right. Yeah, great talking to you. Later.
We'll wrap up. For I think for Baron Omar, what's going to happen is at some point At some point, everybody goes back to day date. At some point, I think he's going to have to get a day date at some point just to get out of the system. That's probably the only missing piece. That's the miss. I mean, you really don't need it. It's I'm making a joke, but the thing with a day date is actually they are. I mean, the quality. I mean, today's quality is just so much better than it was back in the day. So, yeah, I mean, it's the quality is amazing, and the thing, the one thing with the Rolex is very reliable. Could take a beating. You don't have to worry about it. It's not like an AP. It's not, it's accurate. There's no issues with it. There's no issues. It's not like Vacheron or AP or Patek or all that. You're not dealing with any nonsense. It's just, that's what it is. The only thing is that it have to be like something like, something interesting. Like okay, this is too much again. You got too many blue dials. You'd have to get rid of the Vacheron, which I don't think you do. So, yeah. You got basically green dial or the bronze chocolate dial. That's basically it. So yeah, that's it. That's in terms of modern watches. That's the only way to go. That's the only place to go now. And then or vintage. That's it. That is what's going on. All right, guys. Thank you everybody for joining. Let me know. Leave your nasty, vicious comments below, and we'll see you all in the next one. We'll be doing a what do we do? We're going to be doing a review of the Sotheby's auction preview. Sotheby's auction preview next week.